Vermont's preparations for a retail marijuana market are now focused on a point of contention for years now. Law enforcement wants to know just what tools will be available to them if they suspect a driver is high behind the wheel. Local 22's Devin Bates joins us live in the newsroom with more on this tonight. Devin?
That's right, Lauren. The Cannabis Control Board heard from Vermont State Police Sergeant Jay Riggen today, who one member described as Vermont's leading expert on impaired driving. Now, there's no marijuana equivalent of a breathalyzer test, so the process after someone is pulled over is a little more complicated with the same pressure to get it right.
Two cardinal sins can be made. One is we take into custody somebody who isn't impaired, right? But worse is we release somebody roadside and let them keep driving who is impaired.
You might think a roadside saliva test for marijuana would be an easy way to determine whether someone is under the influence behind the wheel. Well, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, it can be found in saliva for days or even weeks after use. Sergeant Jay Riggen of the Vermont State Police said using that as a first impression of a driver's sobriety in the moment has some obvious pitfalls.
They're positive on a cannabis test. Oh, everything I see means that they are impaired by cannabis. Like, that's devastating. If it ever were to be a thing, it would be at the end of a process when the officer already has observed certain signs or symptoms of impairment and now is wondering, well, what's the cause of it?
That means a lot of the work falls to drug recognition experts, or DREs, who average a 92% success rate in field tests. The issue is, some parts of the state, like the Northeast Kingdom, have far fewer of those DREs, and James Pepper of the Cannabis Control Board explained why a quick response time is critical.
The response time can be an hour plus, and that's vital time when you think about, one, your body metabolizing whatever substance that might be impairing it, but also two, if someone is having a medical condition, if they got a concussion during their accident and it's mimicking impairment, so you don't want unnecessary delays because folks are waiting for a DRE to arrive on the scene.
Now, Sergeant Riggen said a roadside saliva test should be only used to rule out marijuana impairment. In Vermont, officers will need to get a warrant before conducting the test. Retail stores expected to open October 2022, by the way. Live in the newsroom tonight, Devin Bates, Local 22 News.